Audio doesn't sound bad. Okay. Things I do. Okay. So, welcome again to my Phoenix Wright live stream. We will be doing Rise Purification. Oh boy. Yep, part 1 of Rise from the Ashes Purification. Okay. So this game was originally made for the Game Boy Advance and Japan only. But when they decided to port it over to the DS and get an English version for it, they actually included this case as a bonus in order to get people to buy it again. So that's the reason why the first game has 5 cases instead of 4. And for a while, this case wasn't considered canon for this reason. So the rest of the trilogy won't mention this case at all. It's not until you get to Apollo Justice where it does become canon. Okay. Yeah, because a lot of the characters come back. Okay. There we go. And now we will be in the 50th game. And also to keep the Epic Gaming, and Kennedy for following. I really do appreciate it. I know who they are, so obviously. It's been 2 months since Maya left Philippines. 2 months without a single trial. I've had offers, but none I took. That is until the day that girl showed up. February 22nd, 10:02 a.m., right in Co Law offices. Why do I come here to the office every day? It's the name of the game, Phoenix. Come on. It's not like I want to work. Yeah, same here, buddy. I feel you. There you are, finally! Where have you been? My sister's trial is tomorrow! Who are you? Phoenix probably thinking, why do I get all the weird ones? It doesn't matter who I am, it only matters who you are! The famous defense attorney Mia Fey. Exactly, I'm Mia. Hi, what's up? Starting to get it? Oh, you're not Mia Fey, are you? I'm sorry, but Miss Mia Fey no longer works here. So, you are the coffee boy? Oh, well, answer that just immediately. I'm Phoenix Wright, the defense attorney. Right. Wait, also, what coffee boy wears the suit? You're the Phoenix Wright? Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case? Yes, that's correct. It wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though. Was murdered? Sheesh. That's a relief, then. You're better than nobody. Put on an advertising Phoenix. We got a slogan. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm not taking cases right now. But you are Phoenix Wright, right? The undefeated defense attorney? That is technically true, although I've only had how many cases now? Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you'll have to try elsewhere. Please, I'm out of time. But, oh, come on, Phoenix. At least hear the girl out. Come on, man. Have a heart. Please, you have to help. It's my sister. Maya? Could it be? I'll hear you out. There you go, Phoenix Boy. I knew you were heartless. Really? Thank you so much. Also, it's kind of sweet that he does think about Maya, but it's like, oh, he's so sad when she leaves. My name's Emma. Emma Sky. I'm a scientific investigator. Scientific investigator? Yeah, can't you tell? He's wearing the lab coat and everything. Emma, was it? So you're a scientific investigator? Yes, that's right. Is something wrong? No, it's just you seem kind of jumpy? Or maybe just young. Young? I'll be 16. I'll be 16 years old this year. Oh, I see. Wait, only 16? Yes, she's even younger than Maya. I'm set to be formally assigned to forensics in 3 more years. My work is becoming quite well known. At my age, no less. Oh, congratulations. So what exactly is your current position then? Well, legally speaking, I guess you'd call me an 11th grader. But I'm ready to do my job. At my age, no less. So I know some people are a little on the fence with Emma. Some people feel like she's forced or she's just a Maya clone. But I kind of like her. Great, another future professional in training. Plus, I don't think her personality is a one-to-one carbon copy of mine. I think she could have her own unique things. The case? So, what's this about a case? You said the trial's tomorrow. My sister didn't do it. She wouldn't stab someone with a knife. She wouldn't. So it's a murder case. Those are always the best. I don't care if there's a witness who saw her do it. She didn't do it. I know she didn't do it. It's a scientific fact. And there's a witness. Even better. Just talk to her. You have to talk to her. Right. I suppose I will. I promised her I'd bring me a Fae, but... That's interesting. How would she know Mia? Tell us about your science. Well, I knew a science, honey. So, you want to be a scientific investigator when you grow up? Excuse me? I'm not a child, I'll have you know. I mean, you're 16. You're still kind of a baby. At least to me, you are. Still, it's good to have a goal. I'll bet a very usual one. I believe investigation should be done scientifically. Oh, I guess so. Science has come in. Science has helped us a lot. Don't you? Yeah. Sure can't fault her for a lack of enthusiasm. If this case is handled scientifically, I'm sure my sister's name will be clear. Your sister? I've been doing research, you know. I'm developing a new scientific method of case investigation. I'll show you when I'm done. I'm looking forward to it. I guess I should get down to the detention center and talk to her sister. Yeah, find out what this whole thing's actually about, but... How do you know Mia? My sister asked for Mia specifically. This Mia Fae person was a few years below her in school. So they went to the same school, huh? She always told me to go to Mia if I ever needed a defense attorney. And, well, I need one. Yeah, you do. Incidentally, Mia is a woman. Now that you mention it, I guess it is more of a woman's name than a man's. Well, it's nice of you to help your sister out like this. You must be close. Oh. Anytime you mention family and someone immediately goes quiet, it's like, oh. Oh. Well, actually, when she gets like she is now, I kind of hate her. Huh? But she's my only family. Your only family? What about your parents? They died in a car accident when I was little. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm ready. Let's get down to the detention center and find out what this whole thing's even about. February 22nd, detention center, visitor's room. Hey guard, what's up? Oh, I should have examined Charlie. I'll do that. I'll go back and do that. I wonder what's wrong with Emma. I keep forgetting that, especially if you also like present your badge to various people. It's kind of funny the reaction she gets sometimes. She got quiet all of a sudden as soon as we arrived. Guard, I thought I told you I didn't want visitors. Sorry, ma'am. It's just your sister. No excuses. Or did you not want a raise this year? Understood, ma'am. What was that all about? Hey, hair. Hi, Lana. Funny. I seem to remember specifically telling you not to come here. Perhaps my memory is failing? Look. I didn't want to come here either, okay? But your trial's tomorrow, and you still don't have a defense attorney. I'll be the one in court tomorrow. This has nothing to do with you, Emma. Also, I hit my keyboard. Sorry. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Hey, how do you know me? Mia mentioned you. I've heard quite a bit. What did Mia tell you? I'm a stunning and handsome defense lawyer? I'm sorry. What is exactly that you do? My name is Lana Sky. I'm chief prosecutor for this district. You're a prosecutor? That's the case in a row we were defending prosecutor. Coincidence? Two sisters, one a lawyer. Could this be a coincidence? Emma, Lana, I mean, they're just like... Yeah, this case does echo Turnabout Sisters a little bit. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Alrighty, Lana, tell us about the crime that you committed, apparently. And we all know that you didn't do because we're defending you, but still. There's something you should know from the start. Which is? The suspect in this case has confessed to the crime. Huh? Wait, but the suspect is... me. I. Well, Mr. Wright? Well, why don't you begin by telling me exactly what happened? The crime took place yesterday, February 21st at 5:15 p.m. That's quite specific. Yeah, I get used to that being super annoying. It was in the witness's disposition. A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. Oh, joy. My, that was a bit of bad luck, wasn't it? The crime took place in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. Prosecutor's office, huh? In your subordinate's car? Classy. I was arrested on the spot. Caught red-handed, as it were. Oh, that's just great. Victim. That's gonna make defending her a treat. So, who was the victim? An investigator with the police department. I suppose the correct term is detective. A detective? Death was due to a loss of blood. He was stabbed once in the stomach. Ouch. By you. Death wasn't immediate, but the wound was fatal. I see. Allow me to repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective. You know what that means, don't you? One headache of a case. Yep. Uh-oh. What? Mr. Wright, what does it mean? Well, it means the police department will consider it a matter of pride to have you found guilty. They will use any means at their disposal to do so. This case gets worse and worse with everything. Well, tell me about yourself. So you're the chief prosecutor. That is correct. How's Edgy doing these days? Oh, he went through something rough recently, so, you know, how is he? I'm responsible for overseeing every trial handled by prosecutors in this district. I make sure the prosecutors have what they need to do the job and manage every aspect. Those are my responsibilities in a nutshell. Okay. That's an awfully large nutshell. Still, I'm a little surprised. Does that mean there's like a chief defense attorney? I don't think so, since Phoenix never mentioned anything. And again, yes, chief prosecutor. So I would think you'd recognize the district's chief prosecutor, Mr. Ray. Yeah, well, Phoenix doesn't actually know a lot about the law, despite passing the bar and being a lawyer. It's a little concerning. Huh? Phoenix is just a little himbo in a little himbo world. In fact, it seems impossible you wouldn't. Lana, what happened to your hand? Oh, this? I cut myself by accident when I stabbed him. When I stabbed him, that is. That's a heck of a thing to admit. Huh? I'm not very good at being a criminal, I suppose. How am I supposed to defend this? Time to change the subject. Wait, she was in the same class ahead of Mia, wasn't she? That's about Mia. I'd ask how she is, but we know how she is. You were in school with Mia, correct? A few years above her? Emma told you that too, did she? Well, why not? I did drag him all the way here from his office. Although it seems he has very little in common with Mia. Was that a stab at his intelligence? Nice. Hey! It was in law school. I was in my 3rd year, and she was auditing the class. She was different than the other students. Very pretty, huh? Different. She was strong. She'd do anything to become a defense attorney. Anything. That was probably why she was attracted to me. Excuse me? Oh, come on, Phoenix. You know, attraction. The thing that you are to Edgeworth. Intellectually attracted. Lana was top of her class in school. Yeah, that's what they call it nowadays, Emma. That was the best there was. Oh. People do ship me and Lana. It's nice ship. Can you imagine if Mia was still alive? I'm doing pretty good in school too, by the way. You most definitely want to take this case. Or at least, let Phoenix take the case and have her as, on the defense bench, like, co-counselor. That's it. Couldn't figure out the word. Sounds a bit different when Emma says it. Well, Mr. Wright? Excuse me? As you can plainly see, I'm admitting my guilt. I think it's safe to say, there's no way you can take this case. None. Well, Edgeworth said the exact same thing, and guess what happened? We're taking your case, sister. But Lana! It's as if they don't know what game they're in. Why? Why are you doing this to me? You never think of anyone but yourself. Oh. I know you didn't do it, Lana. I know. So how can you say you did? If I lose you, I'll be all alone. I hate you, Lana. Sorry, I went past that, but yeah, a little fast. Sorry about that. But yeah, I can't really blame Emma. It's like, yeah, this is like a horrible situation for her, and yeah, if Lana does die, then Emma is the one. Or at least go to prison. Mr. Wright? Yes. I believe our discussion here is ended. The rest, I leave to you. I think Emma actually convinced her sister to let Phoenix defend her. You mean you're requesting my services as your defense? Don't lose any sleep over it. Your client has confessed after all. The case is over. What did that mean? He would lose sleep because he's worried? Right. I'll do what I can to get to the bottom of this. That's what. I don't know if Lana wants that. Lana has confessed to the crime, yes. Also, how is she sitting in that chair? But something doesn't fit. It's that look in Emma's eyes. There's something else going on here. And I'm going to find out what. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. Huh? About what? My sister. She's not always like that, you know. I just never expected to be defending another prosecutor again. And one who's also cold. Like, what goes on in the prosecutor's office? She's changed. A lot. Now that I think about it, like, the prosecutors go through a lot of crap. Like, I think they go through even more than even the defense attorneys. The defense attorneys are just kind of, like, trying to do their job and actually succeeding. And the prosecutors have, like, crises of faith. She used to be so gentle, always smiling. Everybody liked her. I see. Sorry, but I'm having trouble imagining that. What happened to her? I don't know for certain myself. I think maybe she, well, maybe not. Sounds like there's something there that defies a simple scientific explanation. Let's go check out this underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office, shall we? Okay. Let's go. But first, we need to examine Charlie. Hey Charlie, how you doing? Mia's client Charlie. I've been taking care of him in Maya's absence. Oh, how nice. Also, hey Emma, you want to see something real quick? It is called my badge. See this? It's my attorney's badge. Ah, well, I've never seen a real one before. You're the first one who's actually been interested in mine, believe me. Its composition is mostly silver. The gold plating is flaky a bit. She analyzed it, scientifically. There doesn't appear to be any corrosion due to sulfates. I'd give you $50 for it. Sorry, but it's not for sale. Yet. Wait, you don't think you're gonna be a defense attorney for a while, Phoenix? Or maybe you think about, like, quitting soon. Honestly, if you had to go through the cases that he goes through, you might think about quitting too. February 22nd, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. So this is the lot where it all happened. Looks like they're still investigating. Funny that my first visit to the prosecutor's office should be like this. But it's so you, Phoenix. Hey everyone, keep up the good work! Hey, what are you thinking? Well, they're going to be my co-workers 3 years from now, after all. Hey, some of them might not even be here. No harm in saying hello. Actually, there is. You know attorneys aren't supposed to examine crime scenes. The first and only time I think that's mentioned in the series. I'm trying not to stand out too much here, see? In a bright blue suit with spiky hair. Yeah, you're doing a great job, Phoenix Stealth. Hey there. You expecting to go unnoticed here, partner? Partner? Ah, this guy. What up, Sheriff? What do we have here? Looks like a bambina got loose from the ranch and is up to no good. Folks gotta learn to keep them doggies tied down, partner. I cannot do like a sheriff's accent. Mr. Marshall! Marshall? It's more like a sheriff to me. Looky here, Bambina, I know how you feel. But this is my gang's gold strike, see? Strike? This is our claim, our territory, with a motherload of evidence. If you're fixing to mess with what's ours, you'll regret it, partner. You know what dreams the cacti out in the desert dream? You want to? What's this guy talking about? I think he threatened you in a very Western-like way. You head on home now. Happy trails, Bambina. Oh. What a smooth talker. Was that a hombre, a friend of yours? Probably butchered that.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah, he's a detective.
Who thinks he's a sheriff from the Wild West, it seems. I better stop doing that. I was actually accidentally hitting record and I was like, ah. Alrighty, let's examine this thing that is just glaring at me. What's this? A wallet? Excuse me, officer?
Well, wait! What are you doing, Mr. Wright?
What am I doing? I just found this wallet, so I'm handing it over to the police. One time you actually do what you're supposed to do, Phoenix.
I don't believe it. This is real basic. Anything at a crime scene is evidence. Let's be scientific about this. Just put it in your pocket.
That's science? How is that scientific? I was like, theft for me. Foldable wallet found at the crime scene. There seems to be something inside. One of those, like, clip-on wallets, like, that goes on, like, your belt loop. Like, those always feel like they're about ready to fall off.
I'm called to duty already, and at my tender age. Here, I'll teach you the trick to examining evidence in detail, okay?
By the way, her eyes are sparkling. I can tell she's been waiting for this.
Okay. Now look at the court record.
This was another reason why this case was included. It was to show off all the stuff that the DS could do. Hence why this doesn't come up again until Apollo Justice.
You have to be sure to examine evidence carefully on all sides. Now let's start examining from every angle.
Ready? So these controls, these are gonna mess me up, aren't they?
Oh look, I think there might be a clue here. You should check it out when we press the A button.
Okay. Here we go. This is an ID card. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID number 5842189.
See? Well, isn't scientific investigation useful?
How's the science? I guess, though I don't see what science has to do with it. Yeah, Phoenix, you tell her. An investigator's ID card found at prosecutor's office crime scene.
Let's be sure to examine every piece of evidence we find.
I guess I've got to be on my toes from now on.
Hey look!
Ladder. Don't know if I examined the ladder yet. I think it was a ladder at Turnabout Samurai, didn't examine it. Dang.
Aha! Aha! A ladder!
That's a step ladder.
What's the difference? In scientific terms, please.
Scientific, huh?
Look at the basic nature of things, Mr. Wright.
It all seems so horribly familiar somehow. Yeah, step ladder versus ladder debate. Okay, so we can't examine the crime scene yet. We have to get permission in order to do so. I'm also trying to see if there's anything else we need to examine over here. Because I think we tried to examine the crime scene.
Well, no time to waste. Let's get hunting for clues. I wonder what this is.
Well, partner, looks like you got no intention of going home quietly. The sheriff. Like I said before, this here's our clip. You'd best be moseying along, unless you're fixing to bite the bullet. Yeah, scary.
Could you just tell us one thing? Who owns that car?
Well, well. The little filly's got a good nose on her. You want to know who rides the red Mustang with the body in her saddle, eh? I guess.
Please?
I still feel like he would say something cryptic and be like, "Aha!" No problem, partner. About time for victuals anyway. Get yourself to the saloon up on the 12th floor of the prospector's office. I said that right. Might just find you a Cerveza. Like, there we go. Prospector's office? Where does this guy think he is? When, for that matter?
Note to self, look up Middle Saloon and Cerveza.
Maybe we should check out room 1202. High prosecutor's office. Now we can go there. In any case, stay away from the car. You can look around here all you like. Just keep your paws off our clothes. Right. Great. Just got told off by a guy wearing a cowboy hat.
Great. Maybe there are some clues around here, Mr. Wright. Let's check it out.
I knew a guy who would wear a cowboy hat all the time, and he was nicknamed Cowboy. Excuse me.
Were you two all set?
Us?
Us?
What up, baby? Hello, honey. With the onigiri on the hat. What's this? She could it be? Or maybe onigiri? Or maybe that was just rice balls. Nah. Try my ignorance here.
You're selling lunches? Here? This is a crime scene.
People still get hungry. I'm down for it. Hello.
Half and half, was it? Oh, thanks.
And you, sir? Yes? Some crunchy goodness coming at you. Thanks. Interesting way of doing business. This area is off limits to anyone without clearance. Especially passers-by.
Or are you officers? No, but you don't exactly look like the type to have clearance.
Well, that's hardly a way to greet someone. Even if my days as the cough-up queen are over. Good cough-up, huh?
Yeah, no, I'm feeling kind of full. Maybe I'll pass lunch.
I'm quite connected to this case. The images are burned into my eyes, you might say. Yes, all the sordid secrets.
Secrets?
Dear me, you are a slow one, aren't you? I'm referring to the murder. The stabbing of that detective. Oh, this lunch lady knows too much. What? A witness clearly saw me committing the crime.
You mean you're the witness? You're the witness my sister was talking about?
Great. Please, cough-up queen, tell us what happened. She's known as the cough-up queen because she used to sell a cough syrup. The name's Angel Star. Don't you go forgetting it. Oh, baby, I won't forget it for as long as I live. But before you know it, I'll have you whimpering on my heels. Oh, boy. Yes, ma'am. Yipes, she means it. Well, if there ever was a top. Alrighty. Whoop. I don't have anything to prevent it. Let us talk about case. Somehow I knew. Yesterday was a day of destiny. I knew something was going to happen. Just like I know that the daily special on Friday every week is Solomon. So you're psychic. Destiny. Was yesterday special for some reason? You're a defense attorney, right? You should know that. You should know the foul misdeeds of the evil ones who haunt this den of iniquity? I almost said inequality, but that's not it. Iniquity?
The evil ones?
Prosecutors. They have no qualms at all about blackening the name of innocence. And yesterday they paid homage to the most evil one of all. They gave an award for King of Prosecutors. What a farce.
So she's saying there was some sort of prosecutors convention yesterday.
Nice. No defense attorney convention, though? I was almost compelled to lace their lunches with something foul.
Do you have a personal grievance against prosecutors or something?
Oh, no, I'm sure she's perfectly... Oh, I can't speak today. I'm sure she is perfectly fine about them. Absolutely no qualms whatsoever.
Or is there some kind of scientific evidence of this, evil?
They secretly have horns?
Young miss.
Mock me at your own risk. You'll soon find out why they call me the Coffer Queen.
You?
That's my reaction. The most heinous of all, the evil ones. The one they awarded yesterday. Almost sounds like you're talking about like a Lovecraftian thing. The evil ones. It was in this car that they found the body. In his car that they found the body. Proof that he devours the evilest lunches of all. What does an evil lunch look like? I want to see that now. What does it taste like?
Really?
Really what? I'm totally confused. Even Emma wants to know what an evil lunch is. One thing's clear. This lunch lady has a thing against prosecutors. What you want to know? That was everything, baby. So, what exactly was it that you witnessed, Miss Star? It was a fascinating spectacle, to be sure. I now feel I know what they say when they talk about a woman's wrath. Oh, you don't have that? You see, Lana Skye willed that knife so. Her knife flashed in anger, bringing him to his saddle. It was truly a sight to see.
You mean you saw the very moment of the crime?
The sound of his silvery ties to this world being cruelly cut still rings in my ears. And the rhythmic beat of Lana Skye's neck. Wait a second. You know Lana Skye? Of course. It's quite a feat becoming chief prosecutor. What kind of... Have you been devouring the lunch of wisdom in order to get all this knowledge? How many lunch boxes of sin did she pack to make that journey in one day?
She always travels light.
I don't think that was the point. Now, why would this pretty lunch lady know the chief prosecutor's name? She hates search them.
Could we ask you a bit about yourself, Miss Star?
I come here every day to sell lunches. I import only the freshest and best from the Far East. And you give them to your most hated enemies? For some reason, the box lunches are a hit here.
Why not make the lunches here rather than import them?
I wonder if the lunches go over well because prosecutors are usually so busy that it's just kind of convenient to have someone who sells lunches here. Not like they have to worry about price too much if they get paid a lot, according to that Red Sports Star anyway. Did you say something?
No.
Best not to ask a folk at that, Emma. Only true connoisseurs can understand. The kind you can only tell someone who has tried General Tso's Trilobite lunch set.
Never mind, you win.
I don't even want to appreciate part of the Trilobite's flavor. I don't even know what that is. Anyway, I come here every day to sell lunches. My boyfriend works in the security room here at the prosecutor's office.
Your boyfriend?
See the security room over there? The glass wall booth? I sell my lunches, and since I'm here anyway, I drop in to see him. Okay. Since you're here, anyway, I guess selling lunches is more important than romance. Hey, a girl's gotta get her money.
So to scientifically analyze the data available so far, you, Miss Star, are a lunch vendor with an ulterior motive for coming here.
Useful analysis? Not. Oh, you're saying that the 16-year-old can't as well thinking it. Doesn't actually say it. That'd be rude. Did you have a bad experience with a prosecutor, Miss Star? I sense some hostility. Hostility? Perhaps. I mean, you threatened to poison them. What do you call that? Prosecutors are alright. And the bigger they get, the worse they smell. Kind of like 10-day-old clams in the chowder. I wonder if Miss Star was involved in some sort of legal trouble in the past.
That'd be a sure cause of food poisoning. Scientifically speaking, of course.
I remember my friend was like so annoyed with him, and he's like, and I would just laugh at him.
I mean, now you're talking, Cough Up Queen.
Going into Emma's domain. I thought she was just a lunch vendor, but now I'm not so sure. Anyway, I don't think I have anything to prevent her, so let's move to the High Prosecutor's office. Ah. Anybody would like to take a wild guess who owns this room?
This is the kind of room that just screams, I can do the job. Quite a change from your office, really.
Excuse you. Phoenix's office is simple but nice. Thanks.
Look, there's a trophy or something here.
Trophy? What, that shield?
It takes real nerve to display stuff like this. Whoever's office this is, they must be a real stuck-up jerk.
Phoenix Wright. You never tire of prying into other people's business, do you? I mean, that's kind of his job. He's a lawyer. That voice. Oh, as if you didn't know whose office this was. What up, Edgy? How have you been ever since being accused of murder? You doing well? Long time no see, Edgeworth.
Huh? Ah! Mr. Edgeworth!
You know him from somewhere?
Of course. I'm his biggest fan.
Oh, nice. Get in line, honey.
My sister introduced us once and...
Right. Her sister's the chief prosecutor, after all. Well, what brings you here? I'll warn you. I've been known to be a real stuck-up jerk.
No, did I? No.
Can you imagine meeting a celebrity that you really like and then just unintentionally calling them a jerk? Jeez.
It was just Mr. Wright here. He...
Excuse you, don't throw us on the bus.
Hey, don't blame me. We're just here to investigate a murder case.
Murder?
The body was found in this nasty bright red sports car in the parking lot.
Did you have to say nasty? I mean, it's not that bad. That would be my car. What of it?
What? Your car?
I'll say one thing, she certainly can scream, and I can't. Well, my throat's been sore. I've been screaming a lot lately and talking. So tell us, why was the body found in the trunk of your car, Edgy? Okay. So the body was found in your car? Go ahead, say it right. You think I did it, don't you? After all that we did to get you off the hook from the last case, Edgeworth, have you not learned anything? After you went through all that trouble to help me last week,
No, we didn't. We don't think you did it. I mean, it was my sister who stabbed him.
Nice one, Emma, throwing your own sister on the bus.
Oh, wait, no, she didn't do that. I mean...
Wait. So you're the chief prosecutor's little sister, then?
Yes, sir. Emma Sky. It's nice to meet you. Okay, it's nice to meet you again. No, that didn't sound forced at all. Ah, now I remember. You've really grown. Oh man, it was a surprise for me too. To think that my own car would become the scene of a murder. I think your own office becomes the scene of a murder investigation, so get used to it, honey. More surprising still, I'm being forced to prove my superior's guilt. I can understand. Wait! What did you say? Lana Sky is the chief prosecutor, the top prosecutor in the district. She can't prosecute herself, so I'll be the prosecutor at the trial tomorrow. You? Mr. Edgeworth. Edgeworth, tell us about yourself, Edge Boy. How have you been ever since then? To be honest, it's a bit of a miracle I'm still here at all. What do you mean? Rumors? You've heard the rumors about me, haven't you? Miles Edgeworth. It's hard to remember a time when there weren't rumors about this guy. It was the rumors that got you into being a defense attorney and wanting to meet him again, isn't it right? Forging evidence, arranging false testimony, illegal searches, you name it. Thanks to you, my innocence was established in the trial at the end of last year. However, there are some who say I'm the one responsible for the current incident. Well, what? That's crazy! Huh. Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others. It's a fact of life. Impossible to stop. That's true. No matter what, people are going to say crap about you anyway, so you might as well just do whatever you want. But some of them even go so far as to present me with toys like this. They think it's funny. Toys? That bronze shield? There's got to be a story behind that one. Honest guy. Chief Prosecutor Sky. Yes, we first worked together on a case 2 years ago. It was my first big case. That's right, I remember. 2 years ago. I wasn't even a lawyer yet. Since then, I always felt that she was looking out for me. It appears I was mistaken. But mistaken? Why? I mean, I know she's not the warmest person, but I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you. Then why? Why did she stab someone in the trunk of my car? Not only that, she stabbed him with my knife. Wow. This would be damning against you if she wasn't caught in the act, would it? To be specific, it was the knife I kept in the toolbox in the trunk of my car. Edgeworth's knife added to the court. Edgeworth? What? Are you sure you didn't do it? Nice one, Phoenix. Really nice to talk. Really nice to... Sorry. Really nice to joke about that after he'd just been accused of murder last case. You might be still a little sore about that. Come on, can't he take a joke? You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright. 2 against 1. Anyway. Did we get the trophy? I don't think we did. Whoops. Here we go. Let's examine this thing. By going down. There we go. I've been wondering, what the heck is this? It has a big K on it. Of prosecutors. Huh? What's that? It's the King of Prosecutors trophy. King of Prosecutors? It's a great honor. They send that shield to the best prosecutor each year. What? So? Oh, we didn't say anything. So that K, that's... It's a little garish, isn't it? K stands for king? I mean, why call it the King of Prosecutors? Like, that sounds like a joke. Yeah, you got a problem with that? I didn't design the thing. King of Prosecutors. Kinda like Employee of the Month, only better. King of Prosecutors trophy added to the court record. Given to Edgeworth, King of Prosecutors at the TV on the day of the murder. Alright. So can we talk about that shield more? Oop. The broken one? Guess we might have to actually present it to them. Yeah, this case is tricky because they want you to, like, present evidence to people in order to get them to talk about things before you can complete stuff. So basically, this says that you were the best of the best last year, huh? You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, right? I lost a day of work to receive that travesty. Yeah, it's not very well designed, is it? Huh? Why's that? At the very least, it doesn't look like it. I had to go to the police department to receive that broken shield. The police department? Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you? Where Detective Gumshoe works. Yeah. I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken? What's this the matter? I've got more important things to worry about. So, it might seem a little weird for Edgeworth to be all offended that he got essentially was, like, the best of the best prosecutors award. But you gotta think about it. He was accused of murder last year. Thought he killed his own father. His own mentor turned out to be the murderer. And not only that, but, like, there's been all kinds of rumors about him, like, forging evidence and stuff. He also lost his first case ever against a rookie, no less. Awarding him the Best Prosecutors trophy this year would seem like they were more mocking him than they were actually congratulating him. At least that might be the way he sees it. Oh, right. He doesn't seem too concerned about his award, for better or for worse. And it doesn't help that it looks a little weird. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office. Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday. Yeah, what was such a big deal about yesterday? Or did it have anything to do about murder, maybe? Could you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office. Cleaning day? Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. You call it evidence transferal. Again, do defense attorneys have any of this stuff? You'd think I would. Wiping your hands of old cases, in other words. Oh, and another thing. A ceremony was held at the police department. There's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you got the shield. I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12. I cannot talk now. That's very precise. People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our precision, Mr. Wright. No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. You're just winning all the points, aren't you, Emma? Edgeworth's parking stop added to the court record. Record of parking in the prosecutor's office lot. Entered lot at 5:12 p.m. This is the parking stop for the underground lot. The murder took place around 5:15. So he had just pulled in. So the murder happened right after you got back? What, right? I'd appreciate it if you direct that suspicious glare elsewhere. Oh, this guy.
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth of anywhere on the premises?
Sorry if this voice is annoying. It's just, look at the guy. I'm Edgeworth. What is it?
I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir.
Report? What? Did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Skye? I don't like the way this conversation is going at all.
Skye, sir? No, sir. No name of that kind, sir. Not in this report, sir.
I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow.
Mr. Edgeworth's lid isn't on very tight, is it?
He's kind of stressed up there, honey. I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated.
Sir, but sir! I'm just following orders, sir. They told me to bring this to you. I wasn't aware of the particulars of your arrangement with...
Give me your name.
Yes, sir. Emma Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins.
Right, Officer Meekins. Take your report and leave. And good luck with that raise next month. Edgeworth just likes slashing people's people's budgets, apparently. People's pay. There we go.
But sir, I didn't know.
Poor guy. Looks like he was absent on the day they gave out brains and good luck. Wow, Phoenix. Just roast a random guy, why don't you? Right? Yes, sir. God, he caught me off guard. They were for the bedroom, right? As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now.
Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright.
The victim was a detective from the same department as that patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there. And we will probably run into Gummy there. Thanks. Seems to have finally calmed down at least. Okay. I actually want to examine the room up a little bit because there's some funny stuff. For instance, this chessboard over here. What does this chessboard say?
Hey, a chessboard.
I'm not too up on my chess, but it looks like blue's in a bit of a tight spot.
The red knights have surrounded the blue pawn.
Huh?
Those horses are mounted knights. Their swords have really sharp edges. And check out that poor pawn. His head is kind of spiky. Kind of reminds me of you. Mr. Edgeworth must be an avid chess player. Well, what's wrong, Mr. Wright?
Edges surrounding a pawn with spiky hair. Nah, it's nothing. Edgeworth's just playing out all his fantasies on chessboard, it seems. Alright, now let's check out this lovely bouquet and the steel samurai over here. Wow, Maya would love to get her hands on that. Oh man, if Maya was here, she'd probably try and steal that.
My, what an amazing bouquet. Just right for Mr. Edgeworth.
No kidding. Hey, there's a card on it. Back from the dead, Wendy. Nice. Wendy. I've heard that name somewhere before. Well, at least she knows what he likes.
And beside it, a giant steel samurai. Wow, I want one.
Huh? There's something written on the bottom of his foot. What are you picking up? Between a rock and a hard place? Wendy. What is that supposed to mean?
Wendy, is she Mr. Edgeworth's fiancée?
Oh no, honey. Not at all, trust me. I don't think so. And let's examine this brilliant tux up here. I wonder why Edgeworth doesn't wear this more.
Wow, this jacket is even lacier than his usual one. must be his lucky trial jacket.
Lucky jacket, right? I've never seen him wear it.
I'm sure there's a story behind why it's in a frame.
It's his first jacket.
Maybe I'll be naughty and take a picture.
She's getting way too excited about this. Alrighty.
Come on.
Let's go. Edward told us to go down to the police department, so that is exactly what we will do. Hey, baby, what's up? Doing good? Alrighty. Police department entrance. February 22nd, police department entrance.
We're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office?
Beats me. That took almost 30 minutes by taxi. And traffic wasn't even that bad. 30 minutes is not that bad. Oh, come on, guys. The police department, huh? I've only ever been to criminal affairs next door. Hold on, what's that? Ah, hello, Spawnus agent. How are you?
Disturbing. Why does it undulate like that?
Why do you have to use the word undulate? Oh wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot. I think in Phoenix Wright vs. Professor Layton, there is actually a version of the Blue Badger, but because they're in England, it's a little different.
Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police.
So apparently that thing catches on at some point.
Still, he does seem familiar somehow.
Forget the Blue Badger. Who's that next to him?
Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger. Uh-oh, he noticed me.
He sure is running over here fast. Hey, pal! What are you doing here?
Gumshoe! What's up, Gummy? How have you been? Have you been eating properly?
That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. I mean, to be fair, Detective Gumshoe is a police officer. You guys don't come here every day. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? Okay, that part is fair. What? Well. At least he doesn't seem to be busy.
This is our chance to get information.
Hey, I'll have you know, I'm a very busy man, pal. Let me say that out loud.
Anyway, hey, Gummy. What do you have to chat to us about?
Seems like Edward's in another bind. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. Too late.
But why not?
Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office, and she killed him.
But what if she's not telling the truth?
Yes, well, no, come on, pal. There's evidence against her.
But what if the evidence was fake?
Hey, pal, can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why is this little girl... Sorry, maybe that's the wrong voice. Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Skye's sister. Whoa! The chief prosecutor's little sister?
Just please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically.
Yes, sir! Oh, by the way. You might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like fake.
Huh?
It's a sensitive issue with us these days. Okay. Well then tell us about the investigation.
So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe?
Me? Oh, well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. Wow. Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time? Nice, right? What do you mean, this time? You're winning points with everyone today, Phoenix.
Then what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all.
It's true. We've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being let into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all. Ah, tricky situation. Tricky. Okay, here. None of you? I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the badger down. Dance down pat.
Is there anything else you could be doing?
Oh, for it. The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. Now, Sir Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot.
Officer Marshall?
Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know about Marshall there. Patrolman in charge of a crime scene? It's unheard of, pal. Did you hear about, Edgy? Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor's guy to do such a thing? Oh, wait, I didn't mean... I mean, sure, of course someone else really did it. Ew. Watch what you say, Gummy. Someone who must have, someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. Possibly. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened?
You have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. Also, what about this? Hey, that's it! That's the key to the prosecutor's award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal! I've got an award for diligence myself. Ah, congratulations. If anyone deserves it, it was Detective Gumshoe. Did they give you a gift card?
I was wondering, why is the award a shield? Why is it broken?
Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently, he's forgotten. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. People involved the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers? Must be because of the rumors. Back to us, baby. What about Edgeworth? He's in a tough spot again. Again? Yeah. That was a tough spot. Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney, Hamlet.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent.
Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting.
But there's no evidence against him.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people will be suspicious, and be saying nasty stuff as a consequence. Taking a drink of wine. I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case has started a new world. People say the only reason who took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor position himself. Well, what? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. Also, could you tell us anything about the victim? Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this? Huh? Hey, pal. This is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that. You have to turn it into the police. People like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Meaning, Detective Gumshoe must drop his guard a lot. Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Sounds familiar. Did you ever work with him? Nah, my mistake. Nice one.
But didn't you work together with him in criminal affairs?
Whoa, now I remember. There we go. Bruce Goodman. He's the victim. Sure. That's what I thought.
Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe?
Tell us more about the old Goodman. There we go. So this ID card belongs to the victim. He was a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman.
Huh. Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where he found it?
Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transferal for a case he handled 2 years ago.
Evidence transferal? Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot. And Lana's confessing as much. Oh, boy. Okay, so I showed him everything. Hey, what about my badge? Detective, here's my attorney's badge. You show this to me every time we meet, pal. Real men show their police badge, enough said. Oh, wow.
I wish I had a badge. Even an ID badge would be cool. Would be nice.
Wait. Speaking of ID cards, I found that detective's card, didn't I? Yeah, we already showed them. Detective Gumshoe. Also, let me examine the police department. Hey, Voldemort, what you got to say? The usual wanted posters hanging them up on the bulletin board here. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911.
You know, Mr. Edgeworth, I've
Mr. Edgeworth, why?
You know, Mr. Wright, I've always thought it was kind of funny.
Ah, you're not supposed to say.
I've never seen anyone who looked like the people in these posters. They hardly even look human.
She has a point. What, do they have cryptids up there?
I was wondering about that.
What, the Dancing Blue Badger? It's my masterpiece! It does look like you created it. You made this, Detective Gumshoe? Chief threw together some designs, and I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances, dances, dances until the batteries die.
Poor Blue Badger. Fated to dance until he drops.
Blue Badger added to the court record the work of art designed by the Chief of Detectives and created by Detective Gumshoe. There we go. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know.
Thank you.
Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? I met the guy who is. What was his name? The guy in the parking lot? That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the Chief of Police. Officer Marshall. Is he some kind of wildlife sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer. From West LA. Nice. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this, and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. Maybe. Detective Gumshoe's letter of introduction added to the court record. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there, and nobody will look at you twice, pal. Alrighty, thank you, Gumshoe. Okay, the underground parking lot. February 22nd, Prosecutor's Office, underground parking lot. Looks like the investigation is still going on. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh, still here?
Ah, hello.
Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs too. What happened to the security guard? That was fast. Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. Especially since he's technically not supposed to be in charge of a crime scene. Alrighty, Jakey Jake. Let me examine this crime scene.
Would you mind reading this for me?
What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right in the spittoon.
It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate?
Gumshoe? Ah, that old cow dog? You holding a birthday party or something?
Huh?
Look where it should say letter of introduction. It says invitation. Ah, I think he just miswrote it.
Wait, why am I getting all defensive here?
No worries, this proves it's from Detective Gumshoe better than a blood test. Guess I better let you in then.
Thank you, Officer Marshall.
Oh, that's right. He's a patrolman, not a detective.
Which reminds me. Hey, wait a second. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher?
Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler. Strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny.
Note to self, the police investigations are like settling land. Almost right? What do you say?
I say I won't be needing this anymore. Detective Gumshoe's letter of introduction crumpled into this card. Alright, now we can examine the crime scene, so let's talk to Officer Marshall here, the victim.
Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim?
Good men always die young. Remember that part. Could you be a little more specific?
Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right?
Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Starr. One stab to the chest, a fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Goodman's autopsy report added to the court record death due to loss of blood one night. He died within an hour and a half before p.m. Because it was blood loss, it's hard to pinpoint exactly when he died.
Is my sister involved with the victim in any way?
Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prospector Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all.
Nothing in common?
They apparently worked together on a case a few years back.
So there's no motive.
Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the Chief Prospector. Gotta make sure I don't say prosecutor when I'm talking to him.
Well, my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here, to this parking lot.
So it seems like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. I know why I said it like that. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective. You calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. Oh, do they? Huh? Have you ever been to Texas? I was one of them fancy shoe detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he knows.
But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene?
Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambi? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye on you.
That's odd now. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least.
He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth there.
Edgeworth?
That cow dog's been kicked out of the cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just he don't realize it yet. Oh, poor Gumshoe. All because he trusts Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation? ID, autopsy report. They can tell us about the murder weapon. Alright, come Padre. Count to 3. Huh? You gotta do that if you're going to draw evidence. That's what we do in Texas. Remind me never to visit Texas. Okay, don't tell anything, so let's slide on over. Alright, let's slide on over to examine the crime scene. Maybe you can tell us something else about that. This appears to be the car where the body was found. It looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. The crime took place in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. You had to break it and order to put it in there? Seems like not a lot of hassle.
Not a luxury car.
It just screams, I have money to burn. You have your own car, Lana? Yeah, prosecutors get the bug bucks. We're planning on bringing Edgeworth. It's a whole other thing in itself.
This rope isn't...
Yep, they laid it in the outline of the victim's body.
So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. Ow!
That would be a horrible way to go. You have got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. So what about this phone? This looks like a cell phone.
Scientific analysis would suggest this belongs to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that?
Should we check it out? Check it out. Right. Let's check it out. I can do this myself. Thank you, gang. Alright. At least it's not giving me a tutorial on how to open things again. I gotta be careful. There we go. I don't have to clean this up.
This phone's still on the redial screen.
Redial?
Mr. Wright. Most phones keep a record of all the calls you've made or received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it.
Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial. I mean, he is a millennial. Of course he didn't know.
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just you never know with people from your generation.
Whatever. Let's check out this phone out. Specifically, the large blue button that's just calling me. Now to see who the owner of this phone called last.
Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. Beep.
If you watch Turnabout Samurai, this song should be familiar.
Hey, that song! I know that!
Hey, what's going on over there? Nothing. Oh, sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that there phone, didn't you?
Well, yeah. Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over there.
Don't you recognize your own sister's phone? Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prosecutor Prospector Scott.
What? It's my sister's?
She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the trial. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds, according to this.
Who did she call?
No idea. Sorry, partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now, one of those newfangled ringtunes. Oh, that? Oh. I'm sorry, that was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. The wrong number. Nice bluff, Phoenix. I hope I'm not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. Uh-oh, I've incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. Property of Lana Sky, last call made at 5:18 on the day of the murder. Alrighty, is there anything else we can examine around here? Like the trunk lid around? What's this? Looks like a note of some sort.
Look, someone's written on it.
67S122. You're right, let's see. 67S122.
There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman.
Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed.
Well, so what does it mean, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know?
Note to self. For detective reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright.
Excuse you. I'm sure Edgeworth won't know what this means either. Phoenix really is one of the few people who knows Edgeworth. Victim's memo found in the car trunk. B block is through there. That's where the business park.
I can see the lunch lane truck car over there, far in the distance.
Hey, you're right. I like the cute sign on the door. I can see a cartoon cow munching down on a juicy looking steak.
Does that strike you as a little creepy?
Just don't think too deeply about it and you'll be fine. Cannibalism. It's like how Mr. Peanuts is mascot for people who eat peanuts. Messed up world. There we go. An oil drum. Looks like it's filled with water.
It's heavy. I can't even budge it.
The drum over here is on its side.
Wait, I know. I'll hide in here and do a stakeout.
I think you'll probably just get arrested. In fact, you might not even have to hide in the drum to get arrested.
What? I'm not suspicious.
You kinda are, Emma. You kinda are.
A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors.
Defense attorneys are regulated to B block.
I dream of the day when I'll be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright.
Hey! I'm not planning on giving up my job that soon. Sheesh. You got real faith in me, don't you, Emma? Joke's on you. You're the one who hired me. Okay, so I think we around here. Light on fire. Because we got a new episode. Hey, buddy. Line of sky. There we go.
So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister.
That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against it. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences.
Officer Marshall!
Yeah, Bambina?
How can you say that? You and my sister. You were...
Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gone to me. Maybe it was the winds of the west. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office. I was kinda right. Dry wind or ill will. Someone's up to something here. But who? Office atmosphere. Let's talk about rumors. Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranged testimonies. He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable. That is until he met you, hombre.
Rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them.
Not some people. If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. And they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person. Who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prospector Lana Scott.
What? My sister?
Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some people load them with beans. What you're saying, Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. That why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case. They target him because he was closest to Edgeworth.
So, how are we doing, Mr. Wright?
Guess we got some clues. You have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone.
So, you think we'll be okay?
Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana's confessing to the crime. She says she did it.
No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal.
Oh, by the way, Emma.
Yes?
I know that song your phone plays when it rings.
What?
That you do. It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids? The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? Huh?
I'm sorry.
Can you tell me what you talked about?
She hung up right away.
I see. Cell phone property of Lana Sky. Last call made for Sister Emma at 5:18. The detective is murdered and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've had a bad one. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on. Exactly. To be continued. Boom! Been streaming for an hour and 35 minutes. We can continue, of course. I haven't been streaming for that long, at least not at streaming times. Plus, I streamed a little early than usual. Probably because I had some technical issues beforehand. So yeah, let's keep going. February 23rd, 9:34 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of, gray areas.
Rather, the whole thing is one big gray area.
Tell me about it. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. But we aren't! Come on, stop doing that to us.
I believe in you, sis.
Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Skye, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there is one decisive difference between you and her, other than the clothing. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Ryan. My first trial without Faye helping me. No one's going to bail me out this time. It's okay, Phoenix, I gotcha. We'll solve this together. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth. All by myself.
Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way.
Alrighty, let's do it, baby. This is gonna be a tricky one. February 23rd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. What up, Benji, baby? Slept well last night? Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Rough day today, huh? Edgeworth. It's been 2 months but I haven't been in a courtroom since this trial. I hope that personal feelings will not be part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. Oh, don't worry, I'll just be flirting mercilessly with you, Edgeworth. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me may say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office log.
Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything.
Don't swoon too hard, Emma. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. Oh, I'm having trouble tonight. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Oh, this is gonna be great. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. The cough-up queen. What up, baby? How did you sleep last night? Haven't I seen you somewhere? You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Ho-ho, caviar! I've never eaten caviar before! The judge is really wolfing it down. Doesn't this be counted as bribing? Ah, and for you, I have a fiesta bowl. Hey. Will the witness state her name and profession? Ah, and you, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? Ah, rice with pepper. Looks good. It's too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. It's never too early for lunch. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. And what does pickled tapioca taste like? What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Exactly, Phoenix. Name, profession, now. Me, the name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating.
Hurry it up!
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. Uh-huh. What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. That's what it means. She was a first-rate homicide detective.
What? Miss Star was a detective.
Ah! Aha! I know who you are. Cough up! Cough up, Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see. But very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Star. Just who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of A block, in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with his knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Parking lot of Edgeworth Park. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. I almost said prospector again. Seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. Yeah, really asking the defense. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Star. Wait, are they talking about me? Thanks a lot for that. So, in this, case, it's all about the nitpicking. You gotta nitpick every statement. When I sense something, the wire fence is how the chief prosecutor stands. There's the car. The chief prosecutor was going to Oh wow, that was meant to voice acting, wasn't it? I'm sorry. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching. As you can see, there is no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife, which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that.
It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
Ah, nice reference. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Alrighty, let's go, baby. Cross-examination time. Somehow I always knew it. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my final home detective intuition. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing in the garage car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand, and she pressed the point of the knife. Okay, so we basically got pressed her on all the points about her scene. Hi, Garish, you mean? Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. Ah, poor Edgeworth. He's getting his car slammed. But Mr. Edgeworth. Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it? Indeed it was. What an odd case that is. And the person you saw, you're sure it was the defendant? I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her. She's telling the truth. We're doomed.
Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick.
You're dealing with Edgeworth here. I need something more substantial than that. Can you tell us what the suspect was doing when you last saw her? Chief Prosecutor for the knife. Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife, after all. Yes, that's about right. Prosecutors are by nature well versed in the location of a man's vital organ. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set. You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person.
Perhaps the chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor.
So the defendant was holding a knife. What then? And she pressed the point of the knife. Tell the court why you didn't try to stop the crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point. Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Yes. The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. I see.
It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it.
You said that before. Anything else?
Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless.
Sounds pretty fatal to me.
Well, what do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty?
Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness bed, shall we? For some reason, having her panic attacks makes me calmer.
Don't smile like that.
His boyfriend, he's the detective? Not that boyfriend, the security guard. But that boyfriend? You have several? Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for application. For applicant. I'll stick with my lunch, thanks. Note to self, the judge had to think before applying. The security guard room is in the lot and able. It's up on the 2nd level, so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchbox in my car? Since I'm a visitor now, I park in B block.
So she was in B block when she witnessed the
You sensed something. So you're saying you had a premonition of murder? It felt like, how would you say?
Oh, yes.
It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. I have no idea what that means. Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese. a young cheese. A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the streets. A green. And I must be hard, yellowed, and sharp as a knife. Maybe not the last one. Yeah, with the odor of old cheese to match. Wow, burn Emma. In any case, there in the loft, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. Guess we gotta press the last thing. Oh, I love the boy, by the way. How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime. Yet their methods are ugly. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Nice one, isn't it? Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence of their whim. Killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension.
Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors?
I felt that I had found my dream job when I had become an investigator. If I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? She was fired? To me, prosecutors are nothing more than words. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr. Unfortunately, by the time of those, now we got a nip, but it's just big contradiction here. Don't know if this is work, but not it. I don't know, maybe it's yeah, there was no prints, but she was wearing gloves. Maybe more about the time. That's right. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I knew like we had to like keep pressing and stuff because we had nothing that really contradicted her. It's just sometimes you gotta keep pressing on certain statements in order to force something that's said, you know what I mean? Witness, in your testimony you clearly stated the fault. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. That was inspiring. Or murderous, depending on how you look at it.
I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism.
I might be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are home. A photograph? You took this. The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snapped. I took it. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is ripped. Nice. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You'd think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor. Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly to defend. The moment the crime was photographed by Angel Star. Uh-oh, that's unmistakably Ilana's guy. So, what was the defendant doing at that time? Chief prosecutor was holding that. Okay, we got a new piece of evidence. And this. So she says she saw the very moment of the crime, but this is the moment of the crime.
Objection!
There we go. And you witnessed this. You saw Miss Skye stab the victim with a knife? As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch. I'm sure that is a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? Now why is Miss Skye not holding a knife? Ahem. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. That is hilarious. That's why I said we had a nitpick in this case. Like, even though, like, it isn't a very strong objection, we got nothing to work with here. Yet, it was still stronger than your ever feeble mind, Mr. Wright. Ooh, bruh. Right. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. Objection! And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? Oh, come on, Phoenix. See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? It's a black and white photograph. Ah, yes. Ah, yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem, except you.
Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse?
You got a better idea? Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. And that's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go.
Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice.
I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Skye was cold, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. Objection! Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph. Well, are those gloves? Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. Ah! Those gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder, a serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony. Murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. It was not planned. The reason why it's not planned is because if it was planned, then why would she use the knife from Edward's own car trunk? I mean, the first thing you do is when you plan to kill somebody is how do you kill them? Objection! Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell box lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's in this case? A bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there? The defendant is the chief prosecutor of the district, right?
Mommy, are prosecutors bad people?
Oh, wow. The defense has a request for the audience to shut up. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. Oh? This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Ugh. Order, order, order. Great, now the time is turning in our favor.
Great show. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free.
No, she's not. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. Oh boy. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling thing. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Ha! Bah. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution needs proof. Nothing else. Yeah, true. I mean, if she did it, she did it. Whether or not she planned it or not is just kind of details. That's the kind of stuff that you need to figure out for, like, if she needs, like, a... Basically, like, I think that only really matters in terms of, like, what sentence she gets. But that's basically it. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing? I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now. Angel seduction. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to pledge the knife again and again. I guess this one's a bit more obvious. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it?
So if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? Probably.
In any case, the defense may cross-examine the witness. I mean, if the pizza boy winds up dead. Whoop. Challenging her abilities to detect really set her off.
Short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact.
I wonder, wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax, and even a really short wick will burn longer.
Obviously, more scientific testing is required.
Oh. Okay. So this is the contradiction. That's one knife. Objection! You say she stabbed him again and again. But you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Star. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. Aha! You're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, come on! I was the one who pointed it out.
What a hunk! He's my hero, really.
Hey! What about my objection? No one noticed? Well, witness? You got the crime scene set, right? Oh, thanks. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood on her breast. Splattered blood from the victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. And tell us what you saw. Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. The red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Red muffler. That's really interesting. Because according to your own picture, she isn't wearing one. Miss Starr, I demand an explanation. Oh, come on, Edgeworth! Stop stealing my spotlight! The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you proved it yourself with this photograph. Huh? But that can't be. Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations, perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Edgeworth probably got really ticked by her. Harsh words, but good.
In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevailed.
He does. What was my chopped liver? But it was there. A scar. No, not that. It's something red, really. Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. Well, what? Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony.
The most important part?
The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Starr, resistance is futile. You are quite determined about the scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Starr. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks! Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bite. Everyone is! The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr. Oh, wow. Very well, Miss Wright. You are cross-examination, if you will. And the suspect. Murdered. So where is this partition on the floor plan? I'm sure she means this wall next to the car. That's right. There's a wall there, about 6 feet high. She's obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. And what did you do then? Stop there. Right there and rest. You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said. I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe I should press it more. Press her. I like to see this on the floor prints just to be safe. The lunch line car was... She's a visitor, thus she was parked in B-block. So you witnessed the murder from here. Make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Starr? Yes, that's right. There's a chain link fence, but there's a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing, a cop-up queen, lunch lady athlete, indeed. It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence. Though she couldn't have gone to my sister that fast.
Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. How did Miss Sky not get away? Yeah, the question of how should that build on it is a little bit up in the air. I don't know if we can feel this now.
Objection!
No, we don't want to do that now. Okay. I know what the thought process is. Let's get to it. I need more information first before I do that.
Hold it!
She mentioned the muffler. What exactly did she say? If I remembered exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word? So what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but someone else? Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? She can't be. Ask further. By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately. My memory. It's like a salmon heading upstream. No, I don't see. No, the court doesn't see, Miss Star. Yeah. What do you mean? What are you talking about? The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall? That's right. Near the car. There was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently it was out of order. So she used her cell phone. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? You'd of course add this to your testimony. The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. Hey, excuse us. You've done pretty good so far. How could you see it all? So that's the thing. According to this map...
Objection!
There we go. Okay, yeah. I had the right thought process. I just needed to get there. Miss Starr, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Starr.
Objection!
The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought she would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You, who together with the chief prosecutor kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up. Let's look at the floor plan. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you could not possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. What? Sure. Order, order. What is the meaning of it? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court. Here's where the counter-attack goes. You can't force witness. The witness lied about what she saw, where she saw it, and what her event. She lied about where she saw it. This guy tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order.
What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Stark to lie about it. Pointless to lie. I see. But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location.
Objection!
A different location. Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard up until now points in one direction. The place from where Miss Star witnessed the crime was here. She actually mentioned it at some point. Where she witnessed it was the security room, because the security room is on an upper floor, so she would be able to see all the events that were happening in the parking lot perfectly.
Take that!
This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room? Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness not being part of the prosecutor's office couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? And that's basically your clue. Well, Miss Starr? How many years have I been getting the better of this? Just think that the tables could be turned. Today a man has got the better of me. Order, order. Witness. What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not certain. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. Guilty? Is she talking about Miss Sky? Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as a lie? Why did Miss Star lie? It doesn't make sense. Huh? She could have just said that she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands. It still stands. I disagree, Mr. Edward. Well, what? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. And yet that seems to be a slap on the wrist in this universe. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us what her reason was, Miss Wright. Huh? Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Miss Star witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. It must make a vital difference. What would change? Angle of view to the crime scene, the distance to the crime scene. Because the angle of view to the crime scene doesn't change. She still saw what she saw. She's not lying about that. Difference in light doesn't make any sense. But the distance to the crime does. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime.
Objection!
My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see.
Objection!
What she saw is not in question. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Star, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness?
you.
Yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? Quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. Wonder if she would poison lunchbox the one she didn't like. She might think the type. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam for my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend. Fitting. He wasn't at the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. Before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. So she ran all the way into B block where she took the photograph. So she had to go in there at some point. That's why I had to go through the visitors park in B block. That's quite a detour. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene. 5 minutes? This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic sport. Not a lot to lose then. You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention. I guess. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely! Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Have any evidence to stop this? Yes.
Objection!
5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You can make pasta in that amount of time, if you like it al dente. I've got lunch boxes that tie pasta into knots, Rookie. A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange. If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes gone? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Now don't get the wrong idea, I didn't kill anyone. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run, but this time was different. Miss Skye dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Yeah! Well, then it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately. I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close. I'm afraid that the cough of Queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned. Always something, isn't there? Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? That's the one she tried to foster off on me! I prefer to not take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. Well, what was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr. Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo! A triple-decker! Oh, this is totally bribery now. Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? Why does that sound like a Decisive evidence. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was, of course, the victim. And the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Scott. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. What? There is blood found on the shoe. Try Lunchland for all of your lunch and decisive evidence. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edward. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you have blood tests performed. Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. How many boyfriends does she got? Damn, does anyone keep it direct? In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edward sure is celebrating. It's not like the evidence law has stopped us before. Not so fast, Mr. Edward. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edward. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You could at least study some evidence law. Really? Did you have to study this, right? Like, what did you do? Cheat your way through law school? The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding. It appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. Victim shoe added to the report. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Should mention those evidence. Now it's matter. Hold on. What on the bottom of it? Ah! There's blood here too! On the sole of the shoe. Nothing. Must have stepped in the flow of his own blood. All this blood. It's horrible. This blood might be important clue. This shoe isn't flawless. But there's something that on the crime scene that we didn't see that we should have saw. Especially taking the shoe into account.
Objection!
Ah, damn it. Had to prevent it here, but might have to press a little bit and then we'll see.
Hold it!
You can't say for sure that the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests. Huh? Well, speak up. Well, Blood comes in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types of all the blood tests out there. Which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gone DNA test results. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone with blood along this long time. So the suspect's blood was found on the shoe. That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodwin. That's a crazy story.
Hold it!
You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your kind. She's in enough water to make a whole raft. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with the shoe? I do, but I just gotta prove it. Problem? Is there a problem with the shoe? There's a problem. Okay, so I had to do that. I know it had something to do with that. It's just that. I'm not imagining. I say there is one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a pepper fish cut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? No. I wouldn't want it. Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. It's what we examined. The problem is the bottom of the shoe, where there's blood on it. I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of the shoe. Don't mess with me, Ruby. Or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Wow! Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of this shoe. Makes sense. The victim was stabbed with it. What could possibly contradict at the bottom of the shoe? Okay, I think it's a picture because there's no bloody footprints anywhere. If there was blood on the bottom of the shoe, you think they'd leave footprints, right? The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about the shoe. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Order, order, order. Well, witness? What? Huh? Quite growing, Mr. Wright, but it's sure that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh. That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't. Think, Mr. Wright, think! Hey, I don't know why. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradiction. There we go. What? I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. You were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There's one vital hint of truth in the testimony. But what are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but death, a predator this one, a leopard wolf, rare. Now you get that twice. Happy? I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do. Okay. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that? I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox section. Witness, well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum picked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright? Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason. Uh-huh. You don't mean... Yes, the suspect knocked over the oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. Ah! You know what I mean by this case of law? That ties things up quite nicely. Bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her quietly, clearly to the murder. And after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale sign. But that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing it. This guy's right hands her. Did she say she cut herself when she saw him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe. Ouch. Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please. But what? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime. She tried to conceal it. What, yeah, there's not really much we can do here, especially with that testimony. Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. I mean, the witness isn't trying to cover up a murder. She's trying to get someone caught, so that makes her job harder. Very well. Plus what she's telling, well, might have some lies in it, but she's also telling, like, half-truths. So that's much more difficult to deal with than full-on lies. But Angel Star is on the prosecution side. She could have been lying about the water. This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you have had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Well, wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else. The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare me. The cuff of them. Look at this. A photograph. I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this. Mr. Wright, wait! Look at that asphalt in this photo. Hey, it's clearly wet! Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help back. Actually, this actually helps a bit. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. Oh, don't do that, Wright. More self-confidence. Come on, boy. It seems like this is what your sister wanted anyway. No, that's not. I'm sorry, Mia. Right. What or not? Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. There we go, Mia, with the clutch. Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end. This is the last piece of it. Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good.
Objection!
Not now! Screw it. Your Honor, wait. What is with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? I love that line. What's with you people? Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph. The last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, right. Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. I suppose since we come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Miss Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph. Okay, so the problem actually lies here. Because there's something odd about this part. The problem in this photograph is here. What's this? What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait just a moment, Mr. Edwards. Your Honor. You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or a scarf of any kind in this photograph. A muffler is also a part of a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. The amount of gaps in the judge's brain is astonishing. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe. I see. And I see. Do you? What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there is something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh, you just testified to the relevance before. Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to you. You said as much in your testimony. Well, what? Let's hear what Miss Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth is related to this case. Because of the updated phone. The word muffler was overheard during the call made to MF. Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler. Ah, yeah. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh. Well, it seems we'll have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I find myself wondering what happens. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected outwards. Bring me that clock. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose. That was close. But we made it. At least for now. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime, after all. He's still hungry? Okay, yeah, like I said, this whole thing is pretty long. So I'm actually gonna wrap up the stream here for tonight. Only just because I've been streaming for nearly 3 hours. And on top of that, like, again, if we start something, it's gonna take a little while to get through. So I might take this in a bit more of smaller increments, like one investigation, one trial case. It might take a little bit longer to get through. We'll have to see. But that's just the nature of things. I want to thank everyone for joining me for this stream. And I don't know if I'll stream for the next 2 days, only just because I got work, but I'll have to see. You can always follow me on Twitter to see if I got any updates. I always make a tweet out before I stream, so be on the lookout for that. And I'll be seeing you guys later. Bye!